How's it going, everybody? It's the Crypto Oracle here, and today's video is just going to be kind of an update since I haven't made a video in like a week or two, just because, Bitcoin's been launching off and alts have been pretty stagnant, if not actually in a pretty annoying dip right now if you're in alts entirely. So I just thought I'd update everybody kind of on my predictions for Bitcoin and alts in the future, coming up to SegWit and coming up to the end of the year. So right now Bitcoin is right at $7,085. We saw it spike at like 7,400 earlier today, or maybe yesterday. Yeah, I think that was late last night. We saw it spike through 7,400, and now we're seeing it come back down, at least on the 4 hour, and starting to kind of stabilize at this price in the short term. It's absolutely not going to stabilize at this price in the or in the midterm. It's not going to stay at 7,000 for the next few weeks. We're definitely going to see it bounce back after it finishes this run. Now, how much momentum does it have left? Obviously, okay, we can. Sorry if I'm just trying to combined all of the things I've been looking at to determine how much further Bitcoin is going to go and what's going to happen. So I'll just kind of take it step by step right now. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at market cap. So market cap has actually been breaking a high right now. It's at 190 million, which is higher. We used to see it right around 150 on average. We saw that for a while within the last few months, and now you can see the total market cap is breaking that 190 mark, and then you see, however, with altcoins, it's actually extremely stable right now, staying right around 75 million, going no under 70 million, going no over 80 million. So that is a really good sign. It means people are still trading alts. Obviously, they're probably either selling off in droves or buying in droves. There's going to be a combination of the two, especially when they're so cheap right now. A lot of people are going to get scared off, and they're going to sell their alts, and they're going to jump into Bitcoin because they think that, Bitcoin's going to $20,000. This is the big run. Or they're buying cheap alts, like what a lot of people in the group are doing, what I have been personally doing, is grabbing these alts for cheap. Because, yeah, you can try to get your profits from SegWit Bitcoin and such, but I always just go to alts because you're going to get a few more percentage points based on past price action. Then from here, we're looking at actual dominance in terms of Bitcoin compared to altcoins. So we're seeing it really hit not an all-time high, but it's starting to move back up to where it was before. Let me throw on a chart. Yeah, let it load. But if you look at like the history of Bitcoin, you can see that Bitcoin used to absolutely dominate at the early or the beginning of this year, before we start, like, over the summers, whenever we actually started to see some altcoin dominance, having a surge in the market. And we saw Bitcoin go down to as low as like 35% at one point. That was when Ethereum peaked, obviously. But now that we see Ethereum slowly going down, Bitcoin slowly going back up, we're going to see a lot more variance in Bitcoin price, because Bitcoin price is going to be where more of that total market cap that's growing is going to. So basically what I'm trying to say is the Bitcoin price will keep growing as long as the market cap keeps growing, the overall market cap, and the market dominance keeps growing. But as long as this altcoin market cap stays the same, we're not going to see growth from altcoins. That's just not how economics works. It's supply and demand. Unless every single altcoin starts burning off coins, as long as it stays at 75 million, we're going to see prices either drop or stay stagnant, like most of them are right now. So what does that mean for Bitcoin price? For Bitcoin price, basically Bitcoin cannot stay stable at the current price. We're either going to see it launch off even further up, because we can see it has a little bit of room on the daily. Now, that's not a lot of room, because it really did, on this past run, from 58 to 7,000, it really did take a lot out of it in terms of people putting money in and the price kind of running. So we are going to see it slow down a lot right around now. We're probably going to see it form a nice little mushroom head above the RSI, which means the price is probably, here, I'll zoom in and tell you what I think it's going to do. Obviously, I can't guarantee anything, but these are just my predictions based on what I've seen before and some basic TA. So let's get an arrow here. So we can see it's it's dropping right now on the 4 hour, but the thing is, we could see a double bounce where it goes to the bottom of the stochastics and goes back up with little price movement. So we could see it dip down to like there, and then let's get the stochastic, and then go for another run like it did back here. You can see the same thing happened, but that was at the top of the RSI. So now that we're actually moving down into this normal RSI zone, we could definitely see some regular downwards movement instead of just a little bit of stagnation like what happened here. And further from there, you have to look at the actual supports and resistance lines. The biggest support is obviously this multi-month, almost I'd say the long-term support line. It's not like yearly, but it does include 3 months of support. So I'd say, yeah, absolutely. I don't think this is going to happen, but the absolute lowest it could go to with this slope is somewhere around $4,000. Now, if it hit $4,000, I'd be ecstatic. I know a lot of other traders would too, because getting into Bitcoin at $4,000, unless there's some major crash in the future, that is probably the cheapest we will ever see Bitcoin again, is $4,000 if it goes all the way down to that bottom support. What is most likely going to happen whenever it corrects? I think it'll definitely break this support, like 6,400. And if it breaks the 6,400 support, it's probably going to break that 6,000 support, and then we're probably just going to see it obviously it's not going to move directly down, but in terms of like a level, we'll probably see it go back to like 5,400, just somewhere. Actually, can I make like a box? Sorry, I haven't used TradingView in a while in terms of actually drawing, a bunch of shapes. I'm more of I like to keep my graphs simple and clean. But basically, it's going to probably go to right around here if it breaks these two support lines. Otherwise, I don't see it going below the second support line. It'll either bounce against this 6,400 line, or it'll bounce in between, or it'll bounce right at the 6,000. 6,000 is a round number, so you are going to see some of the psychological implications of that support line. And if it does break that 6,000, then I can definitely see it going straight back down to like a 5,200, 5,400, something like that. Absolute worst case scenario, maybe 4,800, 4,600. Okay, so I'm just trying to be realistic here in terms of the correction that we're going to see eventually. Because everybody saw it go past 6,000 right here, and then we did have a correction back to 5,400, which made sense because that the movement was pretty healthy, so we didn't see a huge correction. You can see the movement in the support line didn't have that, big of a slope, to put it into layman's terms. So therefore, it didn't correct as far because it wasn't moving as fast. But we see here, when it's moving so fast, it's going to correct harder, and that's why I'm estimating, that 6,000 area more than the 66, 6,700. I just don't see it correcting that minuscule. And then obviously that 5,400, 5,200 area is something that I would be excited about if it corrected back to that area, because then that's a full correction, and after a full correction, we can get back into some healthy growth. We're going to see some price stabilization. Once we see some price stabilization, we're going to see money going back into alts. It'll just be a good, healthy trading market. But right now, I'd say in terms of the price itself, that $7,000 mark, I think it's still good. I think it's good for crypto in general. It's getting companies into crypto, because when companies come in, they don't just invest in Bitcoin. They come into crypto because they want to get They want to have absolute coverage over everything. They want to be the smartest guys in the room. They always do. All the big banks, all the big investors want to be the smartest guy in the room. They want to be the guys that said, oh, I got into IOTA or NEO or whatever when it was early and I made 400 times returns. Okay, they just want to be those guys. Now, anything else you could say? I don't see it performing a straight up healthy run through this price. Now it could, I guess, stabilize for a couple days and then go on another run, but that'd be a different story. Okay, if it stabilizes in a couple days, then I'd redo my TA. Okay, this TA is based on if it corrects, within the next day, 2-3 days max, and we start to see it, slowly moving down. Okay, if it starts stabilizing and it's just moving sideways, that's gonna be a different story. Okay, I'm gonna have to redo some analysis basically, and yeah, I just don't see it happening. We're way too high on the RSI. We're way too high on the stochastics. We're moving back down on those stochastics. We're moving back down on the RSI. Hey, sorry you got cut off. My software cut me off, and I don't have time to refilm that little segment I just did in the video, but basically I think I cut it off pretty clean. So I just want to give updates about programs and channel and everything like that. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to check me out on Twitter at Oracle of Crypto on Twitter. Make sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, leave comments. I read some of them. So yeah, if you'd like to join the free trading Slack, send me a message on Twitter with just your email address, and I will add you to the free trading Slack. If you'd like to join the paid Slack group, go to the Patreon link in the description, or it's also the pinned tweet on my Twitter. Sorry, I've been drinking soda. So yeah, a bunch of spots actually just opened up because we're moving over. A lot of members are moving over to the new blockchain education program, so there's going to be some actual cheaper spots than Patreon opened up. I don't know exactly how many, but you might be able to grab like a 28 or I think it's 28, like a $29 or a $33 spot instead of having to pay the full $49. If you can grab one of those before they get filled up. Also, blockchain education, the new program is coming out extremely soon, like absolutely within this week. I know I've been talking about it for a while, but we're just getting the tiny details, little touch-ups, and then we're gonna launch, and that's gonna be awesome because everybody's gonna be able to join. There's probably gonna be some discounts. There's already discounts if you're in the Slack group, and you already know that because I did an official announcement. But if you're not in the Slack group and you want a discount, I'll probably be giving out some discount codes for maybe the first week of people joining. I have like some 25% off codes, stuff like that. So you're definitely going to want to stay updated. Definitely follow me on Twitter. Keep up with the YouTube channel. I will be doing an official video when it launches with the link to join blockchain education. And I will be explaining all the features and everything, just really going to get you guys hyped up because I'm hyped up about it. You guys should be hyped up about it. And I want you guys to know absolutely all the features before you join. And I'll also make like a tweet about it. I'll tweet to the video. I might do like a giveaway, something like that. It'll be awesome. So again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to stay updated with the channel and the Twitter and everything because we've got a lot of stuff coming out within the next week even. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.